Welcome to the Sandwich Generation, where we talk about all things seniors with Anne Marie. Today we're going to talk about the crazy freight train that is the medical system when you have someone who goes to the hospital as a senior. Let's unpack it. So your loved one is in the hospital. They fell, they have congestive heart failure and they couldn't breathe. They have a blood clot in their leg. Whatever happened, it happens to seniors all the time, and they use hospitals more than any of the rest of us. And it's frustrating as the adult child to sit and watch all these things happen and people buzzing all around you that are speaking in Medicare terms that you don't understand, and it's offensive and it's jarring. Remember, we're calling this the runaway freight train, and that's exactly what it is whenever you're just out of control, because this all happens so fast. It can happen in a matter of days. It can happen in a matter of weeks. And meanwhile, you're worried about your kids, your grandkids, your job. How am I going to do all this? It's not like these things happen in a bubble where you're just sitting there lounging, knitting, crocheting, whatever, because you have nothing better to do. No, this happens in the middle of your busy life. And so all this information is coming at you. It's not information you deal with every day. And it's okay that you don't understand what in the world they're talking about. There's no reason that you would know how to do that. It's kind of like whatever you do for a living, that doesn't mean I'm going to be good at that. And I sure won't know every single thing about it like you do, because that's what you do for a living. Well, here, this is what I do for a living. I help seniors and their families navigate these choppy waters. So if you're going to discharge to a rehab, know that that is setting another clock, and you're playing beat the clock to get everything done that you need to get done while they're in rehab. The hospital may or may not talk to you about doing something else for senior living for your loved one. And that will either come from the doctor themselves, which is kind of unlikely because they usually just sign the papers in the background and you don't see that part. It'll most likely come from your social worker or your case manager. Those are the same people. They just have different names sometimes. And most of the time what happens is you're sitting in the hospital room with your loved one, or in the case of COVID right now, you're probably sitting outside the hospital, and they send you a note, and it has a list of names on it, and those are the places that they suggest you find new living quarters for your loved one. Now, you probably didn't even guess that they were going to hand you that paper beforehand, because they are so busy. They are so busy. They're trying as hard as they can to help as many people as they can, and social workers are some of the most overworked people. And they're really trying to be nice. They don't remember what they've covered with you versus someone else, but they're doing their best. They're going to hand you this sheet of paper, or they're going to email it to you. And then all of a sudden you have this list and you're going, oh my gosh, what next? That's where I come in. I have been in this business for all eternity, and I would not work in a building that was not stellar. And this one is. I love Bradfield Place. And I think that you would be happy here with your family. But let's talk about it. Let's make sure we're the right fit. We're not always, but let's talk about it. So take what I've said and let me help you slow down that runaway freight train and get you back on track with your lives. Give me a call.